So 1 year ago, I ditched the scale cold turkey, and if I'm being honest, it didn't just change my mental health, it changed my thyroid healing journey too. Hey, if you have thyroid disease, you probably know this too well. The exhaustion and bloating, or when your clothes don't fit like they used to. And then, like some toxic ritual, you step on the scale hoping for good news, but it ends up ruining your day instead. Maybe you don't realize how much power that number holds over you, your mood and your confidence, or whether you feel like total crap for the rest of the day. Welcome, I'm Sharon, a clinical nutritionist living with Hashimoto's. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain and sharing exactly what happened when I stopped weighing myself 1 year ago, and why it might be the thing that you need too. So for most of my youth, I was trapped in a war of self-hate, never feeling enough because I was associating my self-worth to my body weight. And I'm not really sure how it all started. The need to be small and thin, not even healthier, just a smaller body size. If you grew up in a culture or a family or a societal circle where women were praised for being thin and pretty, and if your heart sang with every compliment somebody gave you about your body size, I understand and I see you completely. And if deep down you believe that if you could just stay at that ideal body weight, you would be set for life, I know exactly what that feels like. But when I look back on that chapter now, my obsession with being thin, my heart breaks for the both of us. That was me growing up with this mental addiction to body weight. And in my earlier years with Hashimoto's, every morning began with a soul-crushing ritual. Stepping on the scale and letting that number dictate how my day went, or allowing that number to dictate how much I was allowed to eat. I was a prisoner to the scale, where my weight would fluctuate up and down and sideways, and my energy was non-existent. I was so miserable living that way, trapped by the number on the scale, and I didn't know a way out. I knew deep down the scale was impacting my mental health, and it wasn't contributing to my thyroid health at all. I didn't know it then, but that one choice gave me back something I didn't even realize I'd lost: my inner peace. So after 35 years, I finally stopped weighing myself, and here is what happened. First thing that happens when you stop weighing yourself, you finally start listening to your body, instead of fixating on arbitrary numbers or relying on external cues. Because without the scale controlling you, you're forced to tune into what actually matters, the wisdom of your body. You start paying close attention to how you feel. Are you sleeping better? Is your digestion improving? Do you have more energy? How is your energy fluctuating throughout the day? Those factors become your new wins and hold greater power in your health and your worth over any number on the scale. And when you can focus on what your body is actually telling you instead of what the scale is saying, that's when you create space for real healing. The second thing that happens is your stress levels will drop over time. And I bet your thyroid will love it too. Every time I weighed myself, I felt a wave of anxiety that never seemed to disappear. That's because your relationship with the scale is what's keeping your body stuck in survival mode. Not only does it spike cortisol, destroys your digestion, and also wrecks your thyroid function, it also forces you to hold a very narrow lens of your health. So when you take the scale out of the picture, your nervous system starts to recalibrate and finally gets to breathe. That's when things start shifting into alignment, and your digestion balances out, your energy stabilizes, and you begin to eat with mindfulness instead of fear. Little by little, you edge yourself to stop punishing your body, and you start to trust your body. But I'm not going to pretend that this is going to be an overnight transformation. It is not an easy process. I went 1 year without weighing myself, without knowing my body weight. Then recently, when I finally saw my body weight again at my doctor's appointment, I won't lie, my heart skipped a beat, and not in the good way. I immediately froze because I was not happy with what I saw, that my body weight had scaled up about 10 pounds. I left feeling all of the emotions, mostly confused, because aside from the number on the scale, I honestly have been feeling better. My health is doing better. My thyroid is functioning so much better. Deep down, I knew that number didn't mean anything, but every bone in my body wanted to crawl back into old patterns. Calorie counting and weighing myself just so that I can get back to my normal weight. Maybe you've had a similar experience, but I want to share all of this is normal. Your nervous system loves to regress to old patterns. And in those moments, you can feel all of the feelings and have all of the emotions, but you can choose to do differently. You can remind yourself that no number on the scale is a full reflection of your well-being, that your thyroid function, energy, your inner calmness, those are the factors that hold much greater power than any number on the scale. And it's okay if your nervous system freezes in your recovery. That is all part of the healing. So it's imperative to sprinkle a lot of self-compassion whenever those moments arise, and remind yourself to trust your body. So I can thank my wild achievement through this journey to the authors of the Intuitive Eating Workbook and the anti-dieting community in the wellness space. Because without their wisdom, I may still be obsessed with the numbers, with weighing myself and calorie counting, ignoring my body's wisdom. If you've felt trapped by the same things, calorie trackers, fitness apps, the scale addictions, please know there is another way. And it's not just for your physical health, but for your soul and your mental well-being. Now that I'm going on my second year scale-free, I can tell you life on the other side is much brighter and more joyful. You'll feel what it's like to actually wake up and listen to your body, to regulate your nervous system, and to swap out fear and shame for gratitude and peace. And while I cannot promise you that ditching the scale will grant you immediate freedom from self-doubt and body image anxiety, because like any lifelong changes, you may face days of relapse and moments where you'll miss the illusion of control. But I can tell you it's absolutely worth it, and you are worthy of that freedom. So I hope you take the first step to breaking free. If this spoke to you and you're ready to break free from thyroid exhaustion, diet culture, and the prison of the scale, hit subscribe. I've got more videos coming your way on slow living, nervous system regulation, nutrition for thyroid support, and whole body healing. And remember, your worth is not a number on the scale. You are, without question, so much more. Until next time.